KPJ had a lot of promise coming out of USC with the 30th pick in the NBA draft, and he got drafted to the Cleveland Cavaliers. I think that was a good pick. My assumption was KPJ was going to come off the bench, be a high six-man, high-energy, high-scoring guard off the bench. I didn't think he was going to be a starter, much less an all-star type of player. There's Garland, you have Sexton. They didn't really need KPJ to start, especially this year, because that backcourt in Cleveland is special. I didn't like how they treated the KPJ situation. On the court, it didn't fit at all because KPJ needed the ball in his hands and he needed minutes. Now, off the court, that's where everything was out of control. KPJ had off-court issues. He had a temper tantrum. He wasn't getting playing time, and he didn't really play until he got with the Rockets. When he asked about his locker being taken away, was modern day slavery. That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. I think this was a blessing in disguise. First of all, bro, before he even got to the Rockets, they had this man playing in the G League, and he was dominating. Like dominating. Go look at his stats with the G League. He was killing them young boys, and everybody and their mama knew he wasn't supposed to be here. And Houston Rockets made that call, and they called him up because Houston really didn't deserve any peace after they handled the James Harden situation. Now, I know it's not their whole fault how James Harden handled it and how he basically forced his way to Brooklyn, and they really got nothing in return. They got a new head coach. They got a coming off Achilles, John Wall. At the time, DeMarcus Cousins is very washed, and a whole bunch of old-ass role players and no-name G Leaguers. They didn't really do nothing to deserve KPJ, but luck was in their hands, and they basically found, in my opinion, a star in the making. KPJ is the youngest player ever in NBA history to have 50 points and 10 assists in a game. That's wild. Now, I don't know if it's COVID set in. I don't know if it's no crowds, because a lot of young players, a lot of players in general who don't really score for real are doing career high things this year. Now, that might be a role, but 50 points is 50 points. I don't care what you say. And he did it on 26 shots. Wow. KPJ has a bag. We all know this, but his bag, it's different. Now, I know that's not a great analyst coming from this channel, a different bag, but you have to just know what I'm talking about. Go, after you finish this video, pull up some KPJ highlights or full game film and just watch how he moves. Like, this man has great body manipulation of how he changes his speed. He's very shifty. He doesn't really waste any movements. Like, when you think of KPJ, I think of a dude who over dribbles to get an inefficient shot, but he really doesn't dribble that much. He does 1, 2, maybe 3 moves and then get to the hole, or does a step back, which is great in this NBA, because if you're gonna have the ball in your hands a lot, you need to be efficient with that. That's why I thought he was gonna be a six-man coming off the bench, because I think in college at times he really dribbled a lot. He really shot any shot. He loved every shot that he shot at USC and early Cavs. So I thought he was gonna be a high energy shot chucker who has off nights and has great nights. And you have to live with that. But KPJ, I don't know, in 6 months, I don't know if it's a temper tantrum, I don't know if it's the modern day slavery the Cavs did that made him transform into be a different player. And it's the subtleness of his movements that makes a big difference in the NBA. And it's very hard to stay in front of him. I seen Drew Holiday get cooked by KPJ. KPJ is 20 years old, bruh. Drew Holiday is literally the best defender as a guard in my generation. You know what I'm talking about? Like, besides Tony Allen, I'm putting Drew right there, and KPJ was cooking that man, and along with the rest of the Milwaukee Bucks. And it's really hard to stay in front of that man. If you try to put a hand on the side when you play defense, he's gonna kill that, because it's hard to stay in front. And he will also dunk on your motherfucking head. KPJ this season, after this 50-point game, is damn near averaging 17 points a game, 6 assists, and 4 rebounds. Now, he's been good and bad for the Rockets, but you know what I'm saying? Take everything with a grain of salt. This man came from the G League. He didn't really play. He come up with a new coach, a whole bunch of other stuff. And I think he exceeded my expectations and the Rockets' expectations for the season. Like, he's shooting better from 3. His 3 is becoming more consistent. He's a great passer that I really didn't know. I didn't know he was a good of a passer. Like, if KPJ showed this in college, his passing ability, his one-on-one isolation game, he would probably be a top 12 pick and maybe even higher than that. That's what I'm saying, bro. You can't really judge all college tape and project that into the NBA, because these coaches in college don't want their 5-star recruits to be great. They want them to be coached under them. Brother, you not the goal right now. I don't care about USC Pac-12 basketball. I want to get to the league, make the millions. And the fun part about this is this man got fined $50K yesterday and dropped 50 today. Put him in the MVP conversation. Now, KPJ is a great young piece for the Rockets, because really they only have him as a young piece. I mean, you can count Christian Wood. Christian Wood is damn near 26, so you know what? I'll count Christian Wood. You know what I'm saying? Because Christian Wood is probably going to be locked down in Houston for a while now. They're going to give him that big bag, especially when John Wall money get out the books. And hopefully they get a top 3 pick in the draft. Now, outside of the top 3, I don't really like their chances. I don't want him to be paired with Jalen Green. So you have John Wall, KPJ, and Jalen Green. I think that's going to stifle the growth of both of the players to have John Wall, because you have to play John Wall. He's making $40 million a year. You have no choice. I want them to get Jalen Suggs. I mean, if they get the number 1 pick, Cade Cunningham, not even close. Cade and KPJ will be great. They both have ball handling duties. They both can play make, and they both have a bag. You know what I'm saying? Cade Cunningham, 6'7" PG/small forward coming out of Oklahoma State, will be great for that franchise and will sell some tickets, because nobody want to be in Houston right now. You know what I'm saying? Along with the Texans. If you know, you know. But Jalen Suggs is my best bet, because Jalen Suggs can really fit into any scheme in any system, I think, because he can play some defense. He can move the ball in transition. He also has a bag as well, and he also is a reliable 3-point shooter, at least at the college level. And I think he will have no problem deferring to KPJ in those moments, because I think KPJ needs the ball in his hands right now, because if KPJ don't play a certain amount of minutes or put up a certain amount of shots, he might have a temper tantrum. Now, that's just an observation. I don't really know him personally, so I don't really know. I can't say. It's really up to KPJ of what type of career he wants to have. KPJ can become Brandon Jennings, right? A taller Brandon Jennings, both left hand, both can be shot chuckers, and both can be at the league at an early age. Now, Brandon Jennings had an Achilles injury, so I'm not really going to count that against him. But before that, this last 3 years, nobody really wanted to pay or play Brandon Jennings, because he really had no value on the basketball court. Or he can become James Harden 2.0, the remix. You can remix it. They both left-handed. They both got an isolation game, and they both can pass. That motherfucking rock. Now, it can go either way. KPJ can go to the dark side. He can go to the light side. It could go either way. Now, he's in Houston. Houston is a very great place to live. I never lived there, but it seemed great. Imagine being a millionaire in Houston, Texas, with clubs, fine women. Boy, I know this is a basketball channel, but Houston women is generational. Those are generational talents. And then I love the nightlife in the downtown of Houston. So it seems like a great vibe, especially compared to Cleveland. No offense to anybody who's watching from Cleveland, but Houston is that thing. You know what I'm saying? So it's really up to KPJ. He has a lot of potential. He's still young. He's a good size. He's a great athlete. If he gets his shot mechanics down and to be more consistent, I don't see why this man cannot average 22, 23 points a game in his prime. Now, I didn't say nothing about defense because I haven't watched KPJ on that end, so I don't really know if he's a good defender or not, but he should be. Just like every other NBA player in this league, they should be a great defender because you're a great athlete. Move them damn feet. I think they have something special in Houston. I like Steven Silas to this offensive mindset. I like KPJ, and they better get Jalen Suggs or Cade Cunningham. I don't want Evan Mobley for the Houston Rockets because Christian Wood fits right there, but you can slide Evan Mobley to that center position and have John Wall, KPJ, Daniel House, Christian Wood, and Evan Mobley. That's great. But yeah, man, that'd be up for this video, bro. I told y'all, bro, I'm back on my grind. Y'all gonna see daily uploads out of me because I have no choice, just to give y'all some content because I missed so much time. And like I said, we're gonna be expanding this channel to different type of basketball content. I know y'all want to see more basketball content instead of me just talking in front of a camera about NBA teams. Let's get into some more in real life, some streaming, some challenges, some more fun content, especially when the season is about to end. And yeah, man, that'd be all for this video, bro. Peace and blessings to all y'all. Hopefully y'all have a great May. And yeah, man, I'm out, man. Peace.